He would have started as a freshman. He's not. He didn't. So now coming in, it's just like this guy's showing up on Warby Parker ads before he's even thrown a pass. And now you don't think that doesn't mess with a 20-year-old kid's mind? Now you got all that pressure, that level, like we all have that negative self-talk, right? It's in all of us. Now you got to use that and you got to hear that just in your own head. But now you know that you go on ESPN, you go on CBS, Fox, everything is like, well, he's a bust. He's a bust. He's never going to go anywhere. This is the worst Manning out of the whole family, blah, blah, blah. That can ruin a normal person's life, let alone someone who's like, an absolute athlete, groomed the whole way. He is getting ripped on every single level. So I feel bad for him.
Here's what I would tell you. My older brother George was big time LSU athlete. He's a 4-year starter at LSU. He's still to this day the only 4-year starter as a defensive lineman at LSU. Big time guy. The Mannings were big time when I was down there hanging out. My other brother Joe wrestled at LSU, was an Olympian, All-American at LSU. So Louisiana, look, man, it's a great state for football, but you're only as good as, this is what one of my brother George is saying, you're only as good as your next performance. Mm-hmm. And when you're getting $1 million plus and you're being seen and getting TV contracts to run ads and all these other various things, it's a distraction, Andrew. The men and women that are making these decisions for the NCAA and these people in these, I mean, they're out of their minds. Again, never wore a jockstrap, never competed, right? They don't know the focus that it takes and the hunger. There's got to be an inner hunger when you're competing in. I don't care what the sport is. You were a lacrosse guy. I was a football wrestling guy. What I'm trying to tell you, if there's not an inner hunger that exists, that you want to accomplish something, you have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. You understand? You aren't going to reach your full potential. So Manning, right? So Manning, that's a prime example. Okay, so he might have the ability that his uncle had, and his great uncle had. You understand? But because of all of this money and attention and the like, he doesn't have that chip on his shoulder like this little kid that showed up at Pitt, moving over to Pitt. So Pitt, I mean, Holstein's the quarterback at the University of Pittsburgh, right? Mm-hmm. Like I said, I can't forget the name because I'm a farmer. Holstein is a big, our milk, our dairy cows, our Holsteins. And jerseys too, but some other breeds too. There's all over the world they have milk breeds, but in America, the Holstein name is huge because. So I was cheering for the kid. Holstein, man, he must the name. Well, but I was out at a function for Fode Fazio, my former coach, and I was talking with some of the guys out there in the athletic department, and they're telling me the guy made $1.7 million.